Yo, what is up everybody? Welcome to Joe's Garage. You clicked this video to see how to uninstall your starter on your 2009 to 2014 Chevy Tahoe. It's very simple. I did it on the ground with minimal tools at my house. I'm not at my shop and it really gave me no issues. I'm going to show you the quickest and easiest way for everything, at least the way I think is easiest, because it's a simple job. So the first things first, I tried to start the truck after parking it here and it wouldn't crank. So I thought, you know, it's probably just a ground wire. As soon as I got underneath the truck, I noticed that this wire was busted. I'll show you guys in the video what it looks like from the wheel well. You could see it's clearly shot. And then we just started working. So I took the tire off, and right through the wheel well, you're able to get to the post. It'll sit like this inside of the truck, and you can see this right through the wheel well right there. So this is a 13 millimeter, super easy to get off. We used our 1/4 inch wrench right here like this. We took that 1/4 inch off, and I used this screwdriver to undo the clip. And these were two very simple disconnections right through the wheel well. Then it's mounted like this, so underneath you'll see these two 13 millimeters right here. And I used my 1/2 inch with two extensions. It's about a foot long, and I broke them free, and then I used my impact DeWalt and zipped them right off. And then in order to get the starter out, you'll just kind of fish it down this way. It's very tight in there, and I tried to rotate it around. You'll see in the video, but the easiest way to do it, getting it past the transmission line, is to kind of tuck it down and bring it out through this way, just like a submarine sinking down like that, and it comes right out. The hardest part about this job is removing the starter itself from the frame of the truck. Everything else is pretty simple. So let's just go ahead and dive into the video. You'll see everything I did live removing it. I just wanted to give you guys a glimpse of what it looked like off the car first, and talk about, you know, what exactly was wrong with mine, and that would be this wire here. Let's get right into the work on the Chevy Tahoe. I just want to quickly show you guys what's happening when I turn the key. It's kind of packed over here. It's in a funny spot because I left town and I parked it in front of my garage, and I literally parked the car here, turned it off, and went to start it again, and it wouldn't start. So here we go, key in. Nothing, just nothing when you turn the key. And I'm not entirely convinced that the starter's bad. So, you know, I've had times in the past where it's more or less a ground wire's bad. And I've had it a lot of times on Fords. I've really never done this job on a Chevy, especially my Tahoe. But I'm just, like I said, I'm not convinced that the starter's bad. So we're gonna go ahead, pull the starter down, and see if we can figure out what's wrong with it, or if I need to replace it. The very first thing we're gonna do is remove the negative battery terminal. This way we don't touch anything that we don't want with the wires, and ground or short anything out. Because I'm not at home on the lift, and I really don't have my truck running or my flatbed running to tow the car over there, we're gonna go ahead and take this tire off. It gives me a little bit of an easier way to get in underneath because we're so low, and this way I'll just have a little bit easier time getting under the car. You can tell it's been a while since I've taken this tire off. One clean shot should get it with the sledge. Look how bad my tire is. It is so bad that the belt is shifted here, and we're showing all these barbs. This tire is about to blow. Alright, so I'm going to show you really quickly where the starter's at from here. And it's not an easy shot. I wouldn't say removing it from here is the best idea, because it's just, you can't really get your hands on it so well. But you can see it here. I'm shining my light on it, and it's got two electrical connections. One is the ground from the negative terminal, and the other is just the solenoid wire, and the starter from this shot looks pretty nasty, so we're gonna unplug it, inspect the wires, and then I will go ahead, drop it down, and see what we're working with. I can't find my flashlight, so conveniently I'm using this little Amazon light I bought. It's a flashlight and it's a fan, and since it's been 200 degrees in Ohio recently, this feels wonderful. But I'm gonna go ahead, get under the truck, and see if I can actually unplug it from the side, see which one's easier. So now I'm gonna just go ahead and get under the truck and see if I can get this thing unplugged. I'll try it from the side, but I can see the one wire is in pretty bad shape on the back. You know what, if you could see this on the video, it would be awesome. Yeah, I actually see where it's bad. So it is indeed the wire from the solenoid to the starter is shot. Yeah, so we're gonna have to drop the starter, and I'm gonna see if I can fix that wire. I don't know if it's an easy thing to fix, but I can see it. I think you might be able to see it too from this shot. You can just visually see it. Take your time, don't break it. There we go. And now we have this one, I believe is a 13 millimeter. We'll pull that down and find out. It is indeed a 13 millimeter. This right here is my absolute favorite wrench, and it's because it comes in handy so often. It's really difficult to get anything else in there and turn that, so we're gonna go ahead and set the 13 millimeter on this little 1/4 inch, and that will do the job. Now we can pull this wire off. Okay, and the starter should be ready to come down, and I really think you could see a good clean shot of that broken wire right here, and that is why the truck won't start. So we're definitely gonna need a new starter, or if we can repair it, we will. Let's go ahead and get this starter taken down now. Now we're gonna go under the truck, and I think it's only 2 bolts that hold it in. We'll go ahead down there, I'll show you which ones they are, and then we'll get them taken out. So this is the view from underneath, and you can see they're very easy to get to. We've got one right here, and then we've got one right over here, so 2, and I'm pretty sure that is what holds the starter in. So we're gonna go ahead and try and break those free. They also look to be like 13 millimeters. We'll do this nice and quick, and then we will assess the damage after we get this thing out. And like I said, I've got my little fan breezing on me. It feels much better down here with a little breeze. See if I could set you guys up somewhere you could see this. Okay. All right, we got that one. Oh yeah. And we busted it right free. Goody goody. We'll just run it off with the impact gun, and then we'll try and catch it before it falls on us. That's one. Oh, hit my camera. There's 2. And now this should come right back and out. We're already disconnected, so we shouldn't have problems with the wires. And I'm not sure how this comes out, so we're gonna move the camera and see if I can catch it. These lines are kinda in the way, but you don't wanna take those off. There's just a small window we might be able to get it through. This is the hardest part. So it's got this like protective housing on it, and that's taking up a lot of space in our way. There we go. The victory is ours. So we gotta pull it out the way it was installed. Let's get out of here and talk about it a little bit. Okay. Really quickly, I just wanted to say, in order to get this starter out, it took about a half hour total. You know, the video is live at 25 minutes, but I stopped there a few times, and the most difficult part was clearly pulling it down out from the underside of the truck, which really, if that was the most difficult part, not a big deal, because some of these starters have bolts on top so you can't see, and you know, it could just be a lot worse than that. So overall, I mean, it's so much easier to drop this starter than a Ford truck. I'll tell you what, some of those Ford trucks are impossible. But yeah, if this video has been helpful at all, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I don't always do how-tos. I don't always do how-to videos. Most of the time I'm working on my Subaru with restoration videos, but whenever I can get a video like this, you know, I was gonna start doing this job. I happened to watch a video on YouTube. I said that was not helpful whatsoever. So, you know, I like to make it a little bit more clear, and I tend to do a better job than some of the videos that are out there. Now, the issue with this starter is this. Right here, you can see that the wire from the solenoid to the starter itself, the motor, is just, it's kaput. It's superheated, it's melted, and I'm not sure if I can take this apart and replace it. I will try. You know, I'm gonna get a cost of a new one first, and then, you know, go from there. But yeah, super easy job. I mean, I didn't lift the truck very high. I have my small jack. We're not at the shop, you know, we're at my house. I got the small jack there. It lifted it up maybe a couple inches off the ground from stock height, just enough to get the tire off, really. And you know, it was easier to get the wires off from the side than it was from underneath. It was really difficult to reach from underneath. So if you go through the wheel well like I did, you could see in there. It's super easy. And once you get those two wires disconnected, because that's all it is, we've got the 13mm here for the post, and then the clip. Once that's done, it's two 13mm from the bottom, and then, you know, it does come out this way. You have to drop it through the frame the way it was installed and twist it a little bit. It's not easy, but you can get it with some patience. So that's it for this video. I think that we're just gonna go ahead and get a new starter. I will play with it. Maybe if I can fix it, I'll throw that in another video. But for this one, that is all. Easy way to disconnect your starter from your Chevy Tahoe. This is like 2009 to 2014, I believe. So there you have it. We got this thing off. We found the reason why it won't start. And in my next video, I'll have the truck I'll install the new starter, and then I'll show you the truck running and how that goes. I'll probably do a how-to video on that too. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave a comment in the section below if this was helpful, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace out.